All right, hello everyone. So let's take a look at what we've got today. Now, yesterday with gold, remember I said if we come down, we can go up again, and I marked in the targets 256, 58, and 62 up here. And you can see they've all been done there. And they happened at the Astro hour. And if you take a look at yesterday's notes, if you listen to the video in any case, right, I said it's got room to push up into those hours. As you can see, it's stuck pretty much up there in that target zone there. Okay, so what have we got today? Well, on the daily, that's your PST breakout, obviously. So those are the targets done. If we take a look at the weekly, we've still got a bit of room to go up. Okay, so it's all fine, going as per schedule. If you want to buy again down that daily pivot or down here, I think it's still okay. There's a bit of a gap here, so we might come into this zone. Is there a sudden move possibility in the sky today? There is actually, and that sudden move possibility is probably going to come in around 6:15 my time. Okay, around 6:15 my time. So when should you look out for it? From about 5 o'clock, well, 3:45, let's say. Okay, so from 4 o'clock, let's say 4 o'clock, right? From 4 to 6:15, keep an eye out for a sudden move in the market, which should take us to that 6:15. Right, so up to 6:15, we should have that sudden move. That can be a breakout. If it's a breakout, it should continue. Okay, so if it breaks upwards, it should continue. If an asset breaks downwards, it should continue. Until when? Until closing. All right, and I've posted there 8:35 as well, and 8:35 is a possibility. Okay, but 8:35 is looking weak. So if the market does push, it should have an attracting force, right, until like 11:41. And if it was a weekday, I'd probably say it will extend into Asia as well. All right. So buying at a dip to go back up is not a bad idea. So I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to keep that there because that was associated with yesterday's high. And I'm going to put up here this Mars line here, which is 2075. On the weekly, got the 63, which is 2096, which is already up there. All right. But in between, you might want to keep an eye out for 2075 because that's the Mars trend line. So I'll pull back into there to go up. I'll pull back into here because of the gap here to go up is, I think, okay. If the market drops down here to go up, I think it's also okay, doable. Let's take a look at SP 500. Now, this was a bit of a shocker, okay, because that was a beautiful fall down on two of those things. One thing I did talk about yesterday is that the market could come back up to here because of the gap. All right, so it's just like gap, but it just kept going up. Okay, now on the weekly, it's posted up. But remember, with the indices, what we've been saying, that there's a monthly breakout on the Dow Jones, NASDAQ, when they got monthly breakouts, a bigger time frame. And the bigger time frame means, a bigger, a stronger level. So we still might have room to go up. Okay, and this is why I say, we need to wait for a sign on this. I thought this was a pretty decent sign, as you can see, that the market may resell again. But, for us to see a decent sign, we need to break a swing. And as you can see, there's not real swing breaking happening around here. So it's just coming back to the place where it took off and just going up again. Now, remember also, this is a Thursday and that's a Wednesday. And if you take a look at your swing days I posted on Monday, you will see, SP 500 being a swing day on Wednesday. So that's a Wednesday, all right? And also NASDAQ has a swing day Wednesday as well, which is like pretty good. So both of them having a Wednesday swing day and the market just buying the bottom. And now the next swing day is Friday, which is today, and there is a possibility that the market can make an even higher high because of the aspect we got at closing. All right. So that's also something to think about. So what can you do with this? Well, if we do have a retracement back into here where the market shot up, then you can go back up again. All right. There is a bit of a gap here, but this is all good. Yesterday's Astro hours, as you can see, it's all the lows here, and then we got the breakout going right into there. Okay. That was the target hour yesterday. I didn't put that in yesterday. Why? Because that I didn't see it because that was actually 12:20 in the Asia session. So I didn't see it on my Astro chart when I looked at the day. I should have actually checked what's happening around midnight and closing or the first few hours of Asia. If I had, or if you learned astrology from me, you would have had that because the platform is 1 hour behind, remember? So that's 11:15, which is actually 12:15 my time. So just a bit of a disregard for that. But as you can see, the market just going up. Okay. So what to do with this? If it pulls back down before it goes up, I think you can go long with it. It could be around here or around here where the market can go back up. And if what I've calculated is correct, then it should close higher as well. Okay, if it goes up, it should close higher than yesterday. So if it pulls back to go long, then we should end up higher and close higher. And then we'll see how the swing days are going to pan out on Monday. Let's take a look at the euro dollar. Euro dollar also, remember, I said no buying around here because this is the support of the day. And you can see how the market just bought around here. You see those levels I mentioned. The market comes here. It's an Astro hour. That is a good buy opportunity. Okay. Going right into there. If you sold here, you would have been stopped out here. Okay. But remember, I said we don't sell the lows. So you got to be mindful about not selling when the price is low. And then, as you can see, the market just shoots up into the target areas there. And as you can see, that's the hours, Astro hours, and the market just stops there. All right. We had that 1.0890. Yet the day before yesterday was a great sell from there. And that's the low coming down into the PST level on the daily. Right? And then just going back up. So that's pretty, it's pretty fine. And I warned you about these levels as well. I said this is already on a target level on a weekly. So, despite the fact that we have got room to go down, it may go up first before it sells off. So next week, we might also go up somewhere and then sell off to continue this move. On the daily, you can see that's a breakout today. Now, once there's a PST breakout, obviously we do not want to stand in front of it. Okay, so I don't want to be standing in front of it. What you can do you want to buy it? It's a question. And if you want to buy it, you've got to buy it down here or at the daily pivot. If this thing keeps going up and breaks out, then you'll see we've got the 57, which is a bit far out, 0990. And on the daily, though, that's 60. The first target is 0950. And then we've got 0968, 0967 up here. And that 67 is 1015. So those will be, like targets if the market keeps pushing up. If we're around here, right, if we're around here, the opening at the weekly or the daily at Astro hours, the market like retraces down or is going side down. Going up may not be a bad idea at all. Okay, and then you could just follow that PST breakout. Let's take a look at Dow Jones, NASDAQ, and Bitcoin. Okay, so let's take a look. This is US 30. Okay, so all the indices, as you know, go together. So Wednesday being a swing day, so Thursday market made that up move on the weekly with, as you can see, just still boosting upwards. Why? Because of that breakout I talked about, 65, 39, 16. Okay, so 39.69 on the price. That's 38,780. 38,780. So you just need to mark those levels up there if you're trading with these. Okay. If you, it's a bit tricky. No buying here, obviously. Just like we don't buy, if we don't buy at resistance and we don't sell at support. So two things you can do here. You're just going to have to wait it out for New York or pre-New York session at lunchtime, my lunchtime, that is. All right, we're going according to the hours that I give you. So if the market does pull back, okay, going up is an option. And from here as well, Astro hours yesterday were around here, except this little bugger here. Okay, so I didn't have anything at 7 o'clock yesterday. Yeah, I didn't have anything at 7 o'clock yesterday. So we had 8:55, and that was pretty much 7:55 being the high over there. So the only thing we had was at 3 o'clock, which was 3:15. That's going to be 2:55, which is there. That's the high there. Okay, so that's one of them. And then the other one was 11:50.12, which is 10:50 on the platform, which is 10:50 here, 11 o'clock here. As you can see, not a lot happening here in terms of Astro hours yesterday. And then we had the 4:20 on the platform is there. All right, so this low we did have. These were not really anywhere near, because what we're looking for obviously the opening, the low of yesterday, that kind of zone. If you're going to be a buyer, you want to be buying the lows. If you want to be a seller, you want to be selling the highs. So these zones here is really a sell zone here. But if the market does come down to an Astro and you want to buy to push further up, you're welcome to do it, because market can make a higher high because of that monthly target there. Where? Down here, because there's the gap here. All right, so this level is still on the card. So what you can do is pick this zone up. All right, which is, there's a gap all the way down to here. All right, but this is just too far out. So what we'll have to do, this is a bit wide. Okay, obviously when it's wide, if you're trading Dow Jones, you're just going to have to wait for the Astro hours to match a price. If you want to lighten it up a little bit and tighten it up, you can. What you can do is when the price comes down here, you go to the smaller time frame, wait for the impulse wave, and then a retracement down, and then push up. So so that's one way of doing it. The other way of doing it, if you want to sell the highs, okay, you can probably around when, yeah, maybe around 9:15 my time, which is actually done there. Okay, also 11:40 on the platform, which is 12:40, which is around there. Okay, and then you got the 13:20 on the platform. So you got 13:20 around here. Now, I don't work on Fridays, as you know, so I'm just going to let it go, but just use it with the hours. With indices, remember, US hours are the better ones to trade. That's where the action is. So waiting for a setup in those hours might be a better option. NASDAQ, let's see what this did. Nice up move, but this is all working regularly. Remember yesterday as well, I said NASDAQ seems to be, in fact, the day before yesterday, I think, I said NASDAQ is the one that's like behaving more, like in line with what we have. So this is nice and easy. With the other ones, we've got a breakout on the monthly, so they want to get somewhere. You know what I mean? They want to get to a price, and that's why the market's just pushing it up, which is fine. Okay, on the NASDAQ, it's already done it. So on the weekly, as you can see, it's done that zone. So maybe sticking around here a little bit might be the option. On the monthly, this has still got room to go as well. So we can't really blame the market for buying. At the end of the day, though, you know, that's how it is because the market's pretty high. So the things that you can do is if the market pulls back and you want to go higher, it's an option. And that could be done on 17,378. 17,378 around here. Okay, there's a gap here, so if the market pulls back into there, this will be a place where the market might want to pick up. If it's an Astro hour, it's doable. If you want to sell the highs, I don't mind selling highs. Okay, on this one, also from these levels or that level there, if the market pushes up, you can sell down again. It's a good push up. As you can see, we've marked those price levels in, and the market just did it. So working on your PST levels, the minute you got your PSTs, they become targets for you, and entry levels if it matches your bias. So from here as well, the market's got an option to pull down. This is a zone, and this is a zone as well, as you can see, all right, in that zone because of the gap and the breakout here. All right, so those are the options. On Bitcoin, we talked about this zone, still on the sell zone here. The levels for today might interest us at 62 and 60, which is 43,913, 43,913. You have to mark these levels in, okay? 915 doesn't matter, around there. And the other one was 44,193, 44,193. Okay, so it's 44,193 is there. So this will be a sell zone as well. Okay. At Astro hours, if you feel like it, 493. 44,193. So around there. Okay. No selling the lows. We sell the highs if it matches our bias. And that's okay to sell here as well. On the weekly, let's take a look. On the weekly, we're still in that downwards motion. So I think we've got room to come down again to sell off again. Okay. If the market goes up, that 45,340 is a good buy kiss there. 79 is 50. It's a bit out there. So what you might want to do is if the market does go up to those daily levels around here, you might want to wait for a reaction and then a pullback to go back in on a smaller time frame if you want to sell it off. If you want to buy to go up there, you can always do that too. At the Astro hours, if we pull back down into that 42 zone or into the daily or this zone here where the breakout happens. So pulling back down into an Astro hour to go up there is also an option you can do. If you want, if there's a breakout above the high and then there's a pullback, you want to go up, you can do that too for your day trading, intraday trading. That kind of approach is suitable for actually anything you're trading. As long as you got your bias, then you got your targets, you got your entry, and then you just set it up with the Astro hours, and that's basically it.